Hello everyone, I just wanted to quickly share a thing I'm working on. I want to be able to, in an easy way, plot data so I can see what happens when I mess with things. And there is this really great part of Qt, or a part that's using Qt, it's called QCustomPlot. And you can visit QCustomPlot2 if you want to learn more about the plugin. And you can also use this plugin in Python, which is quite nice. And to set that up, you can do it like I'm using pyinotify, but I could also use pyside2. My more new code uses pyside2 because I could access some things there I couldn't access using pyqt5. But for this purpose here, this is fine. And I made a very simple Qt application here. It will create a window, it will put the plot widget in it, and then we just set up the plot, like what we want to call, different labels, what all the colors that we want to use. And I haven't really minded the colors that much, just put a bunch of different colors in there to be dark because I don't like the bright theme. And then I use this function to set the data, and it will just expect x, y, x2, y2. These are each a list of points. So when it's using x and y here, obviously these two lists have to be equal length, and these two has to be equal length. And then we will rescale the axes and replot. And the nice thing about this is that I also use pyinotify, which will use inotify. So you can set up a notifier and you listen to a certain event. In this case, it's called in-close write. That's whenever you overwrite the file, and when you have written the file and you close it, that event fires. So we'll use the first argument of the command. I'm calling the command here, so I'll use inotify_plot.py, which is this one here, and then t4.py, which we'll get to soon. So it will set up this inotify watch in a separate thread. We use the threading module for that, and whenever this fires, okay, this line here, by the way, better just, and this is so that it will do an initial thing once we start the program. So initially it will just add an event to the event queue, so that gets processed the same way. And then it calls plot data, and then it will run Python with the argument that we had, because this e.path is the event path, and that will correspond to the file that we detected, because that's the only file we're listening to. And so it will run Python, it will capture std out of it, and it will run it through pickle to load it as data, and then we set it so it will expect it to be a tuple containing x, y, x2, and y2, these four lists. And we just call plotter.setData, because plotter is defined up here. And because plotter is the Q application, we also need to run plotter.exec here to start the event loop of the application. That's why we need a thread for because the notifier also has an event loop, so they need to be in different threads. And yeah, I guess you could probably use async to do this also, async IO, but I haven't worked too much with that yet, so I'll do it like this now. And then you could use Q threads instead of regular threading, which is using pthread on POSIX. But either way, T4 is the file we're listening for changes on. So if I scroll in this graph a bit and I save here, it redraws it, which is kind of neat. So I can be working here, and I may change some parameter here, and each time I save, it will be instantly updated. And this makes it much easier for me to try different things without having a window being created and landing somewhere. I can put it on another monitor, or I can keep it in the corner, or have it where I can see it easily, and I can be working on things and just get instant feedback on what's happening. So I just thought that that's a neat thing to do. It's similar to the program I made for images, and I want to later on make it to be one program that has different features that can be 3D environments, images, videos, and plots, and maybe other data visualizations, just to make it easy to quickly get the data from the tip of your fingers to the plotter or whatever visualizer you're using. Get instant feedback, because that's when I feel the most productive. This code is currently not on GitHub. I want to refine it a bit because it's kind of messy and particular to my system right now. But I do plan on putting it out there later on and write a blog article too. But it may take a long time. Christmas is coming up and I have a lot of stuff on my plate. So I won't give any timeline to when that happens, but it will happen at some point. So anyway, this was all I wanted to share at this moment. Thank you for watching.